If you've got state quarters sitting in a jar right now, stop everything and check them, because some of these everyday coins have turned into shocking hidden treasures that collectors are quietly paying huge money for. Most people spend them without a second thought, but a few rare versions can completely change your luck in seconds. Have you ever looked at the loose change sitting in your pocket, your car cup holder, or an old jar at home and wondered if one tiny coin could secretly change your life forever? Most people never think twice about the coins they spend every single day. They hand them over at stores, toss them into drawers, or forget them under couch cushions without realizing that one ordinary-looking quarter could actually be worth a fortune. But what if one of those coins carried a hidden story, a rare mistake, and a value so shocking that collectors across the country would fight to own it? Imagine discovering that a simple state quarter you almost ignored could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. If you have the 2007 Idaho State Quarter, you might be holding one of the most fascinating modern coins ever released in the United States. And for some lucky collectors, this little piece of metal has turned into an unbelievable treasure. The story of the 2007 Idaho State Quarter begins with one of the most successful coin programs in American history. In the late 1990s, the United States Mint launched the famous 50 State Quarters program, a project designed to honor every single state in the nation with its own unique quarter design. The program became an instant sensation. Millions of Americans who had never cared about coins suddenly started collecting them. Families searched through spare change together. Children filled coin folders with excitement. Collectors rushed to banks hoping to find pristine examples fresh from mint rolls. It was more than just money. It became a national hobby. By the time Idaho received its own quarter in 2007, the State Quarters program had already become legendary. People eagerly waited to see what symbol each state would choose to represent its identity and history. Idaho selected a design that perfectly captured the rugged spirit and natural beauty of the state. On the reverse side of the coin appears a magnificent peregrine falcon soaring powerfully above the outline of Idaho. The image is dramatic, elegant, and unforgettable. The words Esto Perpetua, meaning let it be perpetual, appear proudly on the coin, reflecting Idaho's official state motto. At first glance, the quarter looked like just another modern coin. Millions were produced. They circulated everywhere across America. Grocery stores, gas stations, vending machines, and banks all handled these coins daily. Most people assumed they would never become valuable because so many existed. But hidden among ordinary examples were rare varieties and high-grade coins that collectors would later chase with incredible passion. The front of the coin features the familiar portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States. This iconic design has appeared on quarters for generations, but during the State Quarters era, the reverse side became the true attraction. Every new release felt like a miniature work of art representing American culture and geography. The Idaho Quarter quickly gained popularity because of its striking bird design and the sense of freedom it symbolized. The peregrine falcon itself has a fascinating connection to Idaho. Known as one of the fastest birds in the world, the peregrine falcon can dive at breathtaking speeds when hunting prey. It became a symbol of strength, resilience, and wilderness. Idaho's mountainous terrain and vast landscapes made the falcon a perfect choice. When collectors first saw the coin, many praised the detailed engraving and bold appearance. The 2007 Idaho State Quarter was struck at multiple mint facilities, including Philadelphia and Denver. Proof versions were also produced in San Francisco for collectors. Each mint mark carries its own importance in the world of numismatics. Some collectors specialize in gathering examples from every mint, while others focus only on the rarest versions with unusual characteristics. One reason modern coins can become valuable is condition. Even though millions of Idaho quarters were minted, finding one in flawless condition is surprisingly difficult. Most coins immediately enter circulation, where they receive scratches, dents, discoloration, and wear. A quarter used for years in everyday transactions loses its original shine and sharp details. But a coin preserved perfectly from the moment it was minted can become extraordinarily desirable. Professional grading companies examine coins carefully under magnification. They evaluate every tiny detail, including luster, strike quality, and surface preservation. Coins are then assigned numerical grades on a scale from 1 to 70. A coin graded MS-70 represents absolute perfection, something incredibly difficult to achieve. Even a difference between MS-67 and MS-68 can mean thousands of dollars in value. For the Idaho quarter, high-grade examples have stunned collectors with astonishing auction prices. While ordinary circulated versions may only be worth face value, elite condition specimens have become true collector prizes. Some examples with exceptional quality, rare errors, or special characteristics have reached jaw-dropping prices that few people could imagine for a modern quarter. One of the most exciting parts of coin collecting is the possibility of mint errors. During the coin production process, mistakes can happen. Sometimes a die cracks, shifts, or receives damage. Occasionally coins are struck improperly, creating unusual appearances that collectors love. These minting accidents transform ordinary coins into rare treasures. With the 2007 Idaho quarter, collectors have searched intensely for off-center strikes, double dies, die cracks, clipped planchets, and other unusual varieties. A double die occurs when the coin design is accidentally impressed more than once in slightly different positions, creating visible doubling on letters or images. These errors can make a coin dramatically more valuable. Another famous error involves die chips or cut errors. Small pieces of the die can break away during production, leaving raised blobs of metal on the finished coin. Some collectors specifically hunt for these unusual imperfections because they make each coin unique. Then there are dramatic off-center strikes, where the coin design is not properly aligned during minting. When this happens, part of the design may be missing, creating a striking visual effect. Depending on severity and condition, these coins can command enormous prices. Collectors also pay close attention to coins struck on the wrong planchet. Imagine discovering an Idaho quarter accidentally struck on a blank intended for another denomination. Such mistakes are extremely rare and highly valuable. These minting accidents are part of what makes modern coin collecting so thrilling. Every roll of quarters could potentially hide an extraordinary discovery. As the years passed, the state quarters program created a new generation of collectors. Some focused on filling complete sets. Others specialized in error coins. Online communities formed where enthusiasts shared discoveries and discussed values. Suddenly, people everywhere began checking their change more carefully. Stories started spreading about modern quarters selling for unbelievable amounts of money. Many people could hardly believe that coins still found in circulation could become worth thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. Yet the market for rare modern coins kept growing stronger. The Idaho quarter became especially appealing because of its beautiful design combined with the excitement surrounding rare examples. Collectors admired the falcon imagery and the coin's connection to American wildlife. But beyond beauty, there was also the dream of finding a fortune hidden in plain sight. Imagine opening an old piggy bank and spotting a gleaming 2007 Idaho quarter. At first, it seems ordinary. But then you notice unusual doubling in the lettering or an incredibly sharp strike with brilliant luster. Your heart races. Could this be one of the valuable examples collectors seek? That possibility is what makes coin hunting so addictive. Professional collectors often spend years searching through bankrolls for hidden gems. They examine thousands of coins under bright lights and magnification. Most finds are common, but every once in a while, an extraordinary coin appears. Those moments keep the hobby alive. The value of rare coins depends on several factors working together. Rarity is important, but condition is equally critical. Demand among collectors also plays a major role. If many collectors want a specific coin, but only a few premium examples exist, prices can rise dramatically. Auction houses have helped fuel excitement surrounding modern coin discoveries. When a rare or nearly perfect Idaho quarter appears at auction, collectors compete fiercely. Bidding wars can push prices far beyond expectations. Suddenly, a coin once worth only 25 cents becomes a headline, making collectible. Many people assume only ancient coins or century-old rarities can become valuable. The Idaho quarter proves modern coins can also capture enormous attention. In fact, modern coins with low populations and top grades are sometimes even harder to find than older coins. One reason is survival. Older coins were often saved by collectors from the beginning, especially silver coins. But modern quarters were usually spent immediately. Finding flawless survivors decades later becomes surprisingly difficult. The United States Mint produced the Idaho quarter using a copper-nickel-clad composition. This means the coin contains layers of different metals bonded together. While durable for circulation, the surfaces can easily pick up marks during handling. That makes pristine examples even more desirable. Collectors studying the Idaho quarter often focus on strike quality. A strong strike reveals crisp details in the falcon's feathers and the state outline. Weakly struck coins may appear flat or lack definition. The finest examples display exceptional sharpness that stands out immediately. Luster is another important characteristic. Freshly minted coins possess a radiant shine caused by microscopic flow lines created during striking. Over time, circulation wears away this brilliance. Coins retaining vibrant original luster are highly prized. Proof versions of the Idaho quarter offer another level of beauty. Produced specifically for collectors, proof coins feature mirror-like surfaces and frosted designs. They are struck multiple times using specially polished dies, creating stunning visual contrast. Some proof coins have achieved extraordinarily high grades and become sought-after collectibles. Deep cameo examples with perfect surfaces can command impressive premiums. Collectors love the elegant appearance of these specially produced coins. The excitement surrounding valuable quarters has inspired countless treasure hunting stories. People search inherited collections, forgotten jars, estate sales, and even cash register drawers hoping to discover hidden rarities. Sometimes amazing finds happen completely by accident. There have been stories of collectors purchasing rolls of quarters from banks and discovering rare errors worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. Others found valuable coins in family collections that have been untouched for years. Every story fuels the dream that another great discovery is waiting somewhere. The Idaho quarter also holds historical significance because it represents a specific moment in American coinage history. The state quarters program transformed how people viewed coins. Instead of simple currency, quarters became educational pieces celebrating each state's identity. Schools used the quarters to teach geography and history. Children learned about different states through coin designs. The program connected millions of Americans to the hobby of coin collecting in a way few previous coin series ever had. Idaho itself has a rich and fascinating history. Known for its stunning mountains, forests, rivers, and wildlife, the state embodies the rugged beauty of the American West. The choice of the peregrine falcon captured that spirit perfectly. The state motto, Esto Perpetua, carries deep meaning. Originally inspired by admiration for Idaho's natural beauty and enduring strength, the phrase translates to, "Let it be perpetual." On the coin, it adds a sense of timelessness and pride. Collectors appreciate coins not only for value, but also for storytelling. Every design element on the Idaho quarter reflects something meaningful about the state's identity. The soaring falcon represents freedom and wilderness. The state outline emphasizes geographic pride. Together, they create a memorable piece of miniature art. Over the years, coin grading populations have revealed just how scarce top-quality Idaho quarters truly are. While millions were minted, only a tiny fraction survive in elite grades. Registry set collectors compete aggressively for these finest known examples. Registry collecting has become a major part of modern numismatics. Collectors build ranked online sets of graded coins, striving for the highest quality collections possible. Even a single-point grading difference can determine rankings. As competition intensifies, prices for superb coins continue rising. This is where extraordinary values begin appearing. A quarter in ordinary condition might buy almost nothing, but a near-perfect example certified by a major grading service can suddenly attract serious money. Some collectors specialize in searching unopened mint rolls for high-grade candidates. They carefully examine coins one by one, hoping to find flawless surfaces and strong strikes worthy of professional grading. It takes patience, skill, and sometimes luck. The thrill of the hunt is part of what makes coin collecting so exciting. Unlike many hobbies, treasure can genuinely still be found in circulation. Rare coins occasionally appear where nobody expects them. Imagine paying for a snack and receiving change that includes a rare Idaho quarter worth thousands. Most people would never notice, but experienced collectors know that small details can change everything. Error collectors especially enjoy modern state quarters because the massive production volumes created opportunities for fascinating mistakes. Some errors are subtle and require magnification. Others are dramatic enough to spot instantly. Die cracks running across the design can create striking patterns. Misaligned dies may distort the image. Clipped planchets leave coins with missing curved sections. Broad strikes occur when coins are struck outside the retaining collar, causing them to appear oversized. Each error tells part of the minting story. The market for error coins has grown enormously thanks to online communities and auction platforms. Collectors can now easily share photos and discuss discoveries with enthusiasts worldwide. This increased visibility has pushed demand higher for rare state quarter errors. The Idaho quarter remains a favorite among collectors partly because of its visual appeal. The soaring falcon creates a sense of motion rarely captured so effectively on small coinage. Even non-collectors often admire the design. Another factor influencing value is scarcity in certain grades from specific mints. Some mint facilities produced coins with weaker strikes or lower quality surfaces. As a result, top-grade examples from those mints become harder to find. Philadelphia and Denver mint issues sometimes show different characteristics. Collectors compare strike sharpness, luster, and preservation between the two. Certain populations become especially rare in elite grades, driving intense competition. Have you ever imagined that a single coin sitting quietly in your pocket could secretly be worth a fortune? Most people never pay attention to quarters. They spend them on snacks, drop them into vending machines, or throw them into jars without a second thought. But what if one of those ordinary-looking coins could actually change your life forever? What if a quarter worth only 25 cents turned out to be one of the most exciting treasures in modern coin collecting? The truth is, some coins hide incredible secrets, and the 1999 Connecticut State Quarter is one of the most fascinating examples ever released by the United States Mint. When the 1999 Connecticut Quarter first entered circulation, millions of Americans rushed to collect it. The coin was part of the legendary 50 State Quarters program, one of the most successful coin programs in United States history. Before the series began, most people barely noticed quarters. But suddenly, every new release became an event. Families searched through pocket change together. Children filled collector maps and albums. Banks struggled to keep up with demand for fresh rolls. Coin collecting exploded across the country. The Connecticut Quarter was especially important because it was one of the very first state quarters ever issued. Released in 1999, it helped launch a collecting craze unlike anything seen in generations. Nobody could have imagined how popular the program would become. Millions of people who had never collected coins before suddenly became treasure hunters. At first glance, the Connecticut Quarter seems simple and elegant. The reverse side features the famous charter oak tree, one of the most important symbols in Connecticut history. The image represents freedom, courage, and the spirit of independence. The detailed branches stretch across the coin beautifully, giving it a classic appearance that collectors instantly admired. The story behind the charter oak is one of the most legendary tales in early American history. According to tradition, Connecticut colonists hid their royal charter inside a massive oak tree in order to protect it from being seized by English authorities. The tree became a symbol of resistance and liberty. For generations, the charter oak represented the determination of the people of Connecticut. When the United States Mint selected the design for the quarter, collectors praised the decision. The tree appeared majestic and historic, making the coin instantly recognizable. Unlike some state quarter designs that felt crowded or overly complicated, the Connecticut Quarter looked clean, bold, and timeless. On the front of the coin appears the familiar portrait of George Washington, a design Americans had known for decades. But during the state quarters era, the reverse side became the true focus of attention. Every new quarter represented a different state, creating excitement nationwide. The Connecticut Quarter was struck at both the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. Proof versions were also produced at the San Francisco Mint, specifically for collectors. Each mint produced coins with slight differences that collectors carefully studied. Millions of Connecticut quarters entered circulation, and at first, people assumed they would always remain common. But over time, collectors realized something surprising. While ordinary circulated examples were easy to find, truly flawless examples were incredibly rare. Condition plays a massive role in coin collecting. A quarter that spent years circulating through stores and pockets usually becomes scratched, dull, and worn. Tiny marks from everyday use reduce quality dramatically. But coins preserved in perfect or near-perfect condition can become extremely valuable. Professional grading companies examine coins under magnification and assign grades based on condition. The grading scale ranges from 1 to 70, with higher numbers representing better preservation. A coin graded MS-70 is considered perfect, something extraordinarily difficult to achieve. The Connecticut quarter shocked collectors when certain top-grade examples began selling for astonishing amounts of money. Suddenly, people realized modern quarters could become serious collectibles. One reason for this excitement was the importance of the year 1999 itself. As the first year of the state quarters program, these coins carried historical significance from the very beginning. Collectors wanted examples from the inaugural releases, especially in elite condition. The Connecticut quarter quickly developed a reputation as one of the most beautiful coins in the series. The detailed tree design stood out immediately. Collectors admired the artistry and symbolism. But beauty alone was not the only reason values increased. Mint errors also began attracting enormous attention. Coin production involves massive machinery operating at incredible speeds. Even with advanced technology, mistakes happen. Sometimes dies crack, shift, or strike improperly. These minting accidents can create rare varieties worth enormous amounts to collectors. The Connecticut quarter became famous for several fascinating error types. One of the most sought-after varieties involves the famous spitting horse-style die crack, though on this coin collectors focused on unusual die lines and cracks appearing around the tree branches and lettering. Some examples displayed dramatic raised lines caused by damaged dies. Other collectors searched for double die errors. A double die occurs when parts of the design appear doubled because of a mistake during die creation. Doubling can sometimes be seen in letters, numbers, or design details. Off-center strikes became another exciting discovery. These occur when the coin blank is improperly positioned during striking, causing part of the design to be missing. Dramatic off-center errors can become incredibly valuable depending on severity and condition. Some Connecticut quarters were discovered with clipped planchets, meaning part of the coin blank was missing before striking. Others showed broad strikes, where coins were struck outside the retaining collar, creating oversized appearances. Collectors love these errors because they transform ordinary coins into one-of-a-kind treasures. As stories spread about valuable state quarter errors, more people started examining their change carefully. Coin forums and online communities exploded with discussions about discoveries. The Connecticut quarter became one of the centerpieces of the early state quarters collecting boom. Families searched through rolls from banks hoping to find pristine examples. Dealers purchased unopened mint bags looking for coins worthy of high grades. The thrill of discovery became addictive. Imagine opening an old jar of coins and spotting a gleaming 1999 Connecticut quarter. At first, it seems ordinary, but then you notice unusual doubling or flawless surfaces with blazing luster. Your heart starts racing. Could this be one of the rare, valuable examples collectors dream about? That possibility is exactly why coin collecting remains so exciting. The Connecticut quarter also became important because of registry-set competition. Registry collectors compete to build the highest graded collections possible. They register professionally graded coins online and compare rankings with other collectors.